Hey there, YouTube. Well, this video would have happened a lot differently a couple weeks ago. And, well, a couple weeks ago, I'd also be a lot further along, as you're about to see. Nothing in this garage or this driveway has been touched in 2 weeks. Some of you may already know why. Uh, I'm not going to put the pictures up here because some people get really squeamish. Just know that the stitches I'm going to show you here in a minute will explain the story enough. But I was in the process of moving my storage unit, my last remaining one in Columbus, out here, so I could get away from the crazy fees, because I was paying $400 a month for a 10 by 20 that was only housing my station wagon and this particular S10 chassis that I have stashed away for a future Chevette project. And so, after getting the wagon out, suffering a brake failure out of the parking lot, may have allegedly mangled a gate, may not have mangled a gate, not too bad, but I don't know for sure. But that was the thing. And then I had to walk all the way back around the long way to get my battery back from my van, or back to my van, so I could get my van out. And while we were trying to load the chassis up, it fell. And it fell the wrong way. It fell this way rather than against the wall. It fell against me. And it sliced me open from here to here. So, I haven't been out here in the garage doing a whole hell of a lot because for the last 2 weeks I've been trying to keep dirt out of that. They told me that the fastest way it was going to heal up was if I left it open, and I didn't get it dirty. So, I have not had that covered in the last 10 days. It's healed great. It doesn't hurt, but that's for other reasons. I have some serious nerve problems on the left side of my body that kind of make me Superman, but kind of not, because, man, I didn't feel any of that. Had I not been paying attention and watched it happen, I'd have been looking for the pool of blood coming from where the hell ever I didn't know. And then I'd have looked down and been like, oh, probably would have passed out by then, because I wouldn't have noticed. So it's been better that I didn't come out here and clumsily smack it into something greasy or knock it open, pop some stitches, things like that. So I'm still kind of stuck where I was at. Scooter has, I think the last we left off, I had the passenger side header pretty well ready and figured out. I've got a lower pipe to put on it yet to kick it around the starter, and then it gets a collector. Passenger or driver side is figured out. It's going to get a similar setup, swept back this direction. They're going to merge together, kick around the steering shaft, run into a collector. And then, of course, I got to build a Y pipe, and then it's good to go. I have all of the oil system stuff out because I'm trying to figure out a stack for running both the idiot light switch that runs the electric choke as well as the switch for, or the sending unit for the gauges. I think I've got a, probably less than elegant, but I don't have the needed GM sending unit stock that I need right now. So I'm making a T setup that mimics it. The only difference here is this sits at an angle instead of sitting up this way at an angle, because the factory GM one is like a block with a 45-degree cut in it, so you can put this sending unit in this way and they clear each other. This actually works out better because of the hose that has to come over top of them anyway. So when this is all said and done, it's going to sit in here, okay, like this. It's going to sit tucked tight back out of the way. I just need to get another 90 for down there at the bottom. I'm going to pick up later. And then I've got the stiff spring kit for the bypass on the oil pump. We can bump the oil pressure limit up just a little bit. Right now it's got kind of a it's got a less than stock spring in there. Whatever, I don't remember what spring is in it, but the spring that's in it was rated for less pressure than the 215 needs, and it has good oil pressure, but I want to make sure that we bump it up everywhere we can, and after all the other oil modifications, might as well go ahead and go with that too. So we're just about there. That's ready to go. The mounts are final welded. Just about to have the exhaust figured out, and then we can start this thing and move it around, because then I can put the drive shaft in it and work my way back to the back of the car. As you can see, the windshields that I had stashed for a while made it here. Now I got to find a new home for those, so I can't really do a whole lot in here until those go away. The Brazilian car is still chilling here, waiting desperately to come in here and start on its exhaust so we can get it done. I got to find a place for this engine. This engine might actually be getting rebuilt for another car here shortly. Cylinder head's trashed. Camshaft I think is alright, but cylinder head's trashed, and I got to look at the bottom end to see if it needs bearings. And then of course I have the cylinder heads over here. I have 3 to choose from for my personal car, because I got to get it going. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be tackling that project. This may be the cylinder head I use, I'm not sure, but it was already ready to go, come off an engine I knew was running, so it's going to be a quick cleanup, throw it on there, and it should be good to go. That'll probably be my route, because I don't want to take too much time rebuilding either one of those cylinder heads right now. Plus, if they need machine work, I don't have the money to have that done, and I know that one was fine. So that's kind of where we're at with things. I got to get this entire garage organized the rest of the way. Now that I have cutting implements that allow me to hack up exhaust pipe and drive shafts and things accurately, I'm going to be cranking out a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, I still got to get started on the jig for the rear axle arms I'm building. I'm waiting on a message back about the differential plates, where we're at on that. I think they're on the water jet right now. Not sure. So as soon as I got a couple here in my hot hands, and I can build at least one, or use one for the scooter here and one for the jig, then we'll get started on all that stuff and have an update video there. The old Pontiac. I'm going to go ahead and convert that over to the manual master cylinder probably tomorrow. Run a couple brake lines to the front wheels and throw a couple U-joint straps on it, and I can drive that car. Obviously the fuel system is not plumbed up. It's still running off a can under the hood at the moment, but I could terrorize the neighborhood with it if I wanted to. So there's going to be some stuff coming up on that too, and you'll probably see it sitting out here in front of my van more often than sitting in the driveway soon. And now that storage has been figured out, my 4.9 car may have a temporary spot over on my local storage across the street. My station wagon is now in the big 1020 I've got here local down the road a little further, and that means that the stuff that I have in my Chevette storage for the station wagon can now go over with the station wagon. A bunch of my overflow stuff here can go over in the unit with the station wagon, so on and so forth. So now that I have access to all of my storage and I have good space, there's going to be a lot of changes around here. There's going to be a lot of shuffling around cars, because I have a couple more coming up real soon that, God forbid, might actually let me make a little money this year. Because right now I just keep spending money. I haven't actually made anything. It's kind of depressing, but yeah, there I am. It is what it is. Sometimes you have that, right? So, still blessed to have the work that I've got coming in, and I'm glad I can still do this as a hobby for right now. I would legitimately like to start doing this more if I can find the space and the time. That might take miracle or a financial backer or me to hit the lottery or, miracle or a miracle. It is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm having fun, enjoying building these cars for you guys, just a little bit at a time. Try not to mutilate myself anymore before the next video comes out. But I wanted to get this little short one out to kind of let you know where I was at yet again. We hit another stumbling block. Oh yeah, before, in addition to the leg injury, I got hit with a postage scam because I'm an idiot. And my card's been hit a couple times now, and we've had to go through the whole process of shutting cards down and shutting accounts down and changing accounts and cards. And so even when I've had a little bit of money in my account, it was almost impossible to touch it because I was usually trying to figure out what was going on with my card, or my account was down until my card got there 7 days later. It's been a fun 60 days now. Yeah, it's been about 60 days now. It's the start of the downhill fall. So hopefully we've hit the bottom. We're on our way back up. We'll get the stitches out tomorrow. I'm hoping I should be able to retrieve my engine hoist from the storage unit in Columbus, because ultimately I ended up having to pay for that for one more month just to store a rusty S10 frame and my engine hoist. But is what it is. Well, it's $400, right? So we get when I get all that back here, we'll get moving on this as soon as I'm cleared to do dirty things in my garage again after tomorrow, hopefully. I don't have anything, there's nothing wrong with that, they'll just be like, yep, just put pants on or keep it covered and you can work in the garage, and I'll be like back out here doing things, and we'll get back on getting some videos done, and we'll be hearing Scooter running here shortly, and we'll also be hearing the Brazilian car running real shortly, because as soon as I've got the downpipes done and the O2 sensors in that thing, I just got to figure out where to route the harness and plug it in and power it up, and technically we could hear that run. We're close. So close. I wish I had more help around here, but I can't hire anybody because I can't pay anybody. So nobody wants to work for free. And those that do don't want to work on Chevettes. So, yeah, here it is. So I will bring it to you as I can. In the meantime, I'm going to try and keep myself in one piece, and I will see you guys on the flip side here. So, in the meantime, keep that shiny side up.